Welcome to another episode of More Than Books, stories from the Kanawha County Public Library. I'm your host, Stan Howe. On this program, we take a look beyond the shelves to highlight news, activities, events, and the resources available for KCPL patrons. For much of its history, northeastern Kanawha County was sparsely populated. That meant few towns and no library. In the 1970s, that all started to change. People began moving into the Big Chimney Pinch area in big numbers, and that sparked an interest in bringing a library to the region. It didn't take long before the Elk Valley Library Association was formed, and that organization began a drive to create a library for the rapidly growing area. Finally, after a lot of fundraising and an agreement with KCPL, the Elk Valley Branch Library opened its doors in 1977. Housed in an old church building on Route 119. Before long, though, it was obvious that the library needed a new, more modern home. And in 2011, the library moved up the road a bit to the new home in the Crossings Mall, just off I-79 in Elkview. The Crossings Mall location has been a driver for the growth and popularity of the Elk Valley Branch. The branch is a community center which features year-round local programming and a whole lot more. Our traveling correspondent, Jai Ravine, had a chance to visit the Elk Valley Branch and spend some time with branch manager Ellie Tieford.
Thanks so much, Ellie, for hanging out with us today and talking about all things Elk Valley. It's been a year since we last talked. How's 2023 been treating you?
Oh, it's been good. We've been busy.
Mm-hmm.
Getting more into just regular programming and just, seeing more people come in, so that's nice.
Nice. Anything new that's come up recently?
Anything new? I have a new staff member
Oh,
this
nice.
year.
Yeah.
So
All right.
that's nice.
Cool. Yeah. New faces on the team.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So let's talk about programming.
Okay.
You all typically have programs that recur every month.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start with like the children's programs.
We have 3 story times every month on
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday mornings, and then right after story time there's always play group. I think it's now called Stay and Play.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And she gets all the fun toys out and the kids play. And she consistently has a big crowd. We just had a Halloween dress up event, and then they paraded through the library, and we had different stations, so they got to go trick-or-treating.
Nice.
And it was very fun. So the staff dressed up, and some of the advisory board came in to help pass out treats. And we
Nice.
had candy, but then we also had little toys and things, so that it wasn't all sugary treats.
Yeah.
So.
Nice. That's
And they
fun.
also got a free book, so that was one of their
yeah.
treats. So
That's
that
exciting.
was
Yay.
good.
How's the momentum been building over the past year with more people? Have you seen more people coming in, more families coming in? And
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we're back
Mhm.
into we're on the schedule for the routine. So
Nice. Mhm.
some people come in on Saturdays, some come in the evenings, some come just for programs. But I think for a while people were out of the loop. But
Right.
I think they're just kind of
Mm-hmm.
getting it all figured out again. And
Yeah.
glad that the library is part of
Right.
what they want to do.
Yeah, part of their weekly routine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's awesome. You also have a lot of popular adult programs too.
Oh, I
yeah.
just wanted to touch on
Totally.
the kids program.
Oh yeah,
For the elementary age family programs.
Yeah.
Which we have on Thursday nights, and Sarah does those programs, and she's done, I think every month, a painting class.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And she takes 15 people, and it's always full.
Nice.
And it's the families, they all paint, whoever comes gets to paint, and
Yeah.
they have the idea, of whatever the theme is, but they can make it however they want. And
Nice.
she said she'll do it until people don't want to come, and every month they all sign up.
That's
so
awesome. Yeah.
It's fun. And we did have the Mothman for adults.
Yeah.
And that was really fun.
That was cool too. Yeah.
People liked painting the Mothman.
That's fun.
I should have brought I have one in my
yeah.
office
Uh-huh.
the
Yeah.
artist made. So
That's cool. I've also seen that you all have like STEM programs for kids too, right? Are those like on the same sort of similar night as the other ones, or are they a different
Well,
time?
usually the kids' programs are on Thursday evenings.
Oh, okay.
In the summertime, they were different days.
Okay.
And she's borrowed the Spherobots from the Idea
Right.
Lab
Okay.
downtown.
Cool.
And the kids really like that. And I
Nice.
think we're going to borrow them again. So
Cool.
we kind of are trying to use some things we maybe don't have here, but
Right.
so they can get an idea of some of the things that are available at other locations.
That's
too.
cool. Yeah. Awesome.
So.
Cool. So, yeah, and on to some adult programs that I've also noticed have been really popular too. Like, what have some of those been over the year?
Well, Amy does most of our adult programs, and she usually does a craft, and we try to hit different groups of people, so she'll do the same craft in the afternoon, and then she'll offer it in the evening.
Right.
So we get a lot of the seniors come during the day because I don't want to drive after dark.
Right.
And then in the evening, we get some more like working people that want
Right.
to do something but can't come out during the day.
Right.
So we just repeat the same craft. And the one in November is macrame. I think in December it's going to be an ornament. She's done some painting, some
Yeah.
multimedia kind
Yeah.
of things. I'm trying to think what else she's done. They're always very interesting.
Yeah.
And
That's
different.
cool.
I think some sewing, some crochet. So just trying to
Yeah.
figure out, what people are looking for.
Right. Have you seen that there's been interest in having the same craft on two different times? Like, are you getting like, attendance at both?
Yeah,
'Cause you've
yeah.
offering
She
to-
usually
yeah.
does get obviously different people, and people that work are happy that there's one
Right.
in the evening, and then once it gets dark, we'll have more people that want to come during the day.
Yeah.
because
Cool.
they don't want to be out.
Yeah. I also think that over the year you all started to have a program called Coffee Time, and that I think has turned into the adult play group. If I'm
Yeah,
correct.
it keeps changing its
Uh-huh.
name. It's
Yeah.
been several things.
Uh-huh.
But we're just trying to.
Right.
It's still in process of
Right.
figuring out what people want to do. But it's kind of an adult program that's not a book group and it's not a craft.
Right.
So they're like play games. They do trivia. They might do. I don't even know. I'm trying to think what
Right.
other just different kinds of activities, but not
Yeah.
necessarily a specific craft
Right.
kind of thing. And it's
Like kind of like a social hour, maybe.
yeah,
little bit,
just a
yeah.
time to get together and hopefully
Yeah.
have fun.
Yeah. Cool.
So.
Sounds good. All right. Anything else you wanted to add about programs at Elk Valley?
We also have teen programs.
Oh yeah, totally. Tell us about those.
This summer, Mary does our teen program. She started an advisory board for teens to
Oh,
try
cool.
to get their ideas
Yeah.
about what they wanted to do, and she had them make some of the crafts that she thought that kids would want to make just to see what they thought before she did the craft
Right,
with
uh-huh.
the teens. I think we're going to see if they'll help with the holiday open house.
Oh, nice.
'Cause I
Yeah.
think they're going to meet again. And then she also does programs, crafts and games, and they just did a Halloween. I think they mostly played like minute to win it type games, and,
Yeah,
and
uh-huh.
they could dress up if they wanted, and some
Right,
did, which was
uh-huh,
fun.
yeah.
So, and she's kind of the problem with teens; they keep aging out. So she has. I think she's building another core right now because once
right.
they get a little bit older,
Yeah.
they got jobs and they
Right.
or they're in band or they're in
Right.
whatever. So she kind of has the middle school and then a few
Yeah.
teenagers. But
Gotcha.
she tries to figure out what night they can come and
Right. Yeah.
and just work with them. But she's got a pretty good group right now.
Cool. And if anyone in the area wanted to join the Teen Advisory Board, what do they do?
They could either come in and talk to me or they could talk to Mary.
Cool.
And just, let us know they're interested. I
Yeah.
don't think we have any stern rules or requirements. Just
Yeah.
need to be a teenager.
Right.
So, and if they're interested,
Yeah.
we want to try to get their input about what they
Totally.
want.
Yeah.
Not just programming, but collection. Like, what do they want to
Right.
check out? What kind of movies do they watch that we don't have? Or,
Right.
just kind of, or what do they want to see at the library?
Totally. Awesome. Exciting. All right. Well, we're going to take a short break. We'll have more right after this.
I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it. My support team never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew who I could become as a person. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
All right. Welcome back to More Than Books. I am the traveling correspondent, Jai, and this is Ellie Tiefert, branch manager at Elk Valley. We're here at Elk Valley just enjoying the lovely sunshine on this crisp fall day. Yeah. We have been talking about programming so far. We were going to talk a little bit more about your role as a manager. And I know that you have staff that have worked with you longer than you've been here, as well as people that have just started like this year. I was just wondering as a manager if that is like a challenging thing to have, or is it something that helps you as you like run the library?
Well, I guess it's both. 'Cause sometimes there can be challenges, but then it's also nice to have different perspectives.
Right.
Because the people that have been here 20, 25 years, there's a lot of history. Well, this is why we do this. This is why this works better. You know, so they have that perspective. Plus, they also know all the ins and outs because they've been through it multiple times. But then you get, like, my newest staff, she's been here 4 months, I think, maybe 5, however long, since June. Anyways, she has, you know, this is new, and
Yeah.
you know, so she'll ask lots of questions, and sometimes you don't even think about how you do things because you
Right.
just do that, and you know, so she might say, "Why do we do this?" Or right now, she just wants to learn everything and do everything. She likes to do displays, and sometimes she'll say, "Well, why aren't we doing a display on this?" Well, because we never thought of it.
Right.
So right now, apparently, it's Diabetes Awareness Month. Which I didn't know.
Yeah.
And so we have that display
Nice.
because she wanted to do it, and I let her do, you know, put it up. And so it is just nice to kind of have, you know, new eyes, so you can see like, oh, maybe there's a different way to do something. Just
Right.
because we've already done it in this particular fashion doesn't mean you couldn't just go that way instead.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So I like it, and it's just nice to have new people. Not that people that have been here longer, but it's just nice to have different faces occasionally.
Right. And like new energy every so often, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so-
different age groups too. So we have some people that are closer to retirement, some people that are just starting out.
Right.
And you know, and I have one of my staff is retired military, so you get like different perspectives just from
Right.
life experience.
Yeah.
I think that right now our team, it works really well. Like
Yeah.
people, you know, they just flow together and work really well.
That's
Even though
nice.
there's different, you know, we all have different perspectives. So.
Yeah, the differing perspectives really help strengthen your team and your ability to serve your community too. So, yeah, that's beautiful. Yay. Yay. A little bit related to that, kind of like looking at like intergenerational patrons or families that you've worked with. I'm curious if you have patrons that you saw coming in as like kids or teens that now are coming in with children of their own. Do you know any of those?
Well,
Or have any of those?
I haven't got quite that far.
Okay.
But I have now at the point where children that I saw as newborns have graduated high school.
Wow. Yeah.
So I had one boy that he's been here his whole life.
Uh-huh.
And his mom's a big library user. She's on the advisory board. And he graduated high school, and he's going to culinary school.
Oh, wow.
And
Yeah.
it's just neat to see his whole life, and you know, to know that the library was always a part of his life.
Right. Yeah.
And I also see like teen advisory board members. Some of my earlier teen advisory board members are now parents that bring their kids
Oh,
in.
yeah.
So I do see that. They weren't little when I first met
Right,
them. They were older. And I do have, currently the advisory board president is a past volunteer.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so that's pretty neat
Wow.
to see that she's still interested in the
Yeah,
library. And a lot of
yeah.
the, we were thinking, what I'd like to do at some point is a volunteer display, like, where are they now?
Oh, yeah.
Because I have, some are in college and some, have families, and some have gone off, like, to do big things. and
Right.
Different things, like, and they just have different jobs. And it's kind of neat to think that one of the things that they all have in common is they volunteered at the library.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the library apparently was important to them at some
Totally,
point in their life,
yeah.
and hopefully still is.
Right,
So that's neat to see.
Yeah. I like seeing your face light up when you talk about those people. How does that, it must make you feel like, I mean, what does that feel like to know that, like, you've been a part of someone's life for so long and now they're bringing in their, children or, like,
I know, it just makes you feel like what you do, it has an impact.
Yeah.
Because obviously if they came here when they were little and they're like, yeah, I want my kids to have that same experience, then they must have enjoyed what we're offering.
Right, yeah.
And personally, my grandkids are library kids, just complete library kids.
Yeah.
And my daughter and my daughter-in-law are both big readers and have, they use the library all the time.
Right.
And, like, my grandkids' book festival is this event that they
Yeah.
have to attend because
Yeah.
it's a library thing.
Yeah.
So, but I guess my son's not quite as big of a library user, but he does take his kids.
Right, so,
So, but it's just, I don't know, it's fun to see.
yeah.
And it's nice that we can serve, like, any age.
Yeah.
We can have something that
Right.
they hopefully they enjoy.
Yeah,
And a
yeah.
reason they can come in.
Yeah, and the library to also be a place where you can, bring families of, all different ages, people of all different ages to come together, and so that's nice too.
Yeah, like Book
Yeah.
Festival, I felt like there was something for every age
Right, yeah.
to enjoy.
Yeah, awesome. Yay. Tell me about some upcoming community activities you have going on.
Well, we have, since it's getting to be winter in the holiday season, we have some things that we have done for years, and one is our holiday decoration exchange,
Nice.
which started the winter after the flood because a lot of people had lost their
Right.
decorations. So basically we just set out a big table and we say, if you have decorations that you are no longer using, we don't care what holiday it is. It can be
Right.
fall decorations, spring, Christmas, any decoration, just put them on the table. And then anybody can come in and take. It's not like a one for one. You don't
Yeah.
have to bring something
Right.
to take something. So, if you need something, feel free. And we've gotten everything from Christmas trees to little ornaments, and you might get platters or wall decor or any kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we're going to start that November 13th, and it'll run through the end of December. So if you're cleaning out and you want to bring something in,
Right.
or if you're recently in a new place and you want some decorations,
Totally, yeah.
come on in and see what you can find.
Right, yeah.
So we're going to do that, and then in the month of December we put up 2 trees. We have one that's just decorative, and then we put up another one, and we call it our give back tree, which I think was Sarah's idea originally. And we try to find something that people can donate, and then we'll give it to, like, the Humane Society. We did one year, the Veterans Home. And this year it's going to be for our snack bag and little free pantry program.
Nice.
So any kind of non-perishable foods people can just drop off, and we'll decorate the tree, and then we'll just store it and put it out in the pantry
Nice.
after
So where's
December.
your little free pantry at? Is it
It's right out front.
In the front, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, you can see it. It's an old newspaper box.
Nice.
And it stays really dry. I've
Right.
never seen water get in there.
Uh-huh.
So you just open it up, take
Yeah.
what you need, and if you have things you want to donate, you can just put them inside.
Awesome.
You don't have to bring them in here. You can just
Yeah.
put things out there.
Awesome.
So.
Yeah, the spirit of mutual aid. Yeah. Nice.
And this summer, Sarah added, we did some self-care kits, I think she
Oh,
called
nice.
them, and we included like soap and deodorant and had the kids packaged them up,
Right.
and then we put them out there.
Yeah. Awesome.
So
Yeah.
they were helping their community.
That's great. Did you want to talk about your puzzle exchange?
Oh, yes. I forgot about that. I was like, I know there's a third thing. Yes, we have an ongoing puzzle exchange, which is jigsaw puzzles. Basically, we just have a table set up, same way as the gift or the holiday decoration exchange. People can bring in puzzles, they can take puzzles. We always have tons, so it doesn't have to be a straight exchange. The only thing is we do not guarantee that they have all their pieces.
Exactly, yeah.
So if you're a stickler for that,
Right.
this is not the place to go. But if you don't really care,
Right.
and a lot of them, I take them home, and a lot of them have all their pieces.
Yeah.
But I can't guarantee that every single
Right.
puzzle has all its pieces. And right now we have a bunch of holiday, winter scenes,
Nice.
and some. I don't know if we have as many fall scenes, but there's a lot of snow kind of things.
Yeah.
So if you're in the mood for snow, which good gracious, it got cold this morning.
Right.
They can come and get some snow puzzles.
Cool.
And then we also have our ongoing used book fundraiser that all of the donated money goes toward the advisory board.
Yeah.
And we always have a selection of kids' books, paperbacks, a little bit of nonfiction, fiction, and DVDs if we happen to have any. And it's always there for people to just browse and
Awesome.
shop, do a little Christmas shopping. you know.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take another break, and we're going to come back with a little bit more with Ellie right after this.
I'm Ferdinand. You look at me and think big. You think scary. But I'm a little misunderstood. Sorry I almost killed you. Kids with learning and attention issues are misunderstood too. Take the time to understand. Learn more at understood.org.
Welcome back to More Than Books. I'm Jai. This is Ellie Tiford, branch manager at Elk Valley Branch Library. Let's talk about the future. What's happening in December?
Well, in December, we usually have our holiday open house, which we will have on the 12th. And we try to involve some community groups. So we're going to have the Elkview Middle School majorettes
Oh, yeah.
perform,
Nice.
which they were here last year, and they do cute little dance
Nice.
routines. So that'll be fun. The advisory board comes out to help. The Grinch may make an appearance
Oh, the Grinch.
at some point.
Yes.
And we'll of course have refreshments and games and activities. So that's one of the big events for December. We'll also have a painting class in December, ornament workshop. We do not have book group in December, but we'll start that again in January.
Awesome.
And some of the things for next year, we're of course already starting planning for Summer Library Club,
Oh, goodness. Yeah.
which is a year-long event for planning. And it's,
Yeah.
I think adventure begins at the library.
Yeah, adventure.
So we're going with a camping theme,
Nice. Ah,
a
yeah.
little outdoorsy type stuff.
Right.
Another thing we're thinking about is maybe a maker cart that we might add to have more STEM activities.
Oh, cool.
I haven't quite got that figured out.
Right.
So that's just kind of an idea still. And I don't know, we haven't gotten too far into next year, but
Right.
we've been doing some rearranging and just a little bit different layout. We just redid the teens a little bit, so this back area and the front, this is all teen, and we moved some things from over there over here. So we're just trying to kind of look at the library and get the layout the easiest so that
Right.
people can get to the things they want. So
Totally.
we might be doing a little more shifting and moving.
All right.
That's kind of what we do.
Going with the flow.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Try to keep it as easy to find things as possible.
Yep. Sounds good. All right. Why don't we go see what your circulation staff is up to?
Okay.
Joining me now is Sarah Caswell, children's specialist, and Amy Beckner, an LA2 here at Elk Valley. You all just happen to be working here today. Sarah, I know you do all the children's programming. How's it been going for you, and what are some of your favorite things about it?
It's been going pretty good here. I do the story times and play groups, and we just have a lot of fun each week. We have a good group that comes, and they participate really well. We also do every week, we try to do a scavenger hunt, picture
Oh,
hunt,
nice.
I Spy scavenger hunt, and they're excited about that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going pretty good.
Awesome. Yay. So, Amy, I know that you do run some of the adult programs. How have those been going?
Pretty good. We just did our first trivia night last week, and that went over really well. So I'm hoping to get a lot more people in for that. Hope to maybe get that going monthly.
Mm-hmm.
And coming up in December, I just planned looking at making traditional Scandinavian straw ornaments.
Oh,
So
cool.
Something kind of fun and international
Awesome.
out of real straws, though.
Cool.
Drinking straws instead of straws.
Right. Cool. Awesome.
So yeah, hopefully it'll be fun.
Yay. And these are just two of the amazing people that you can find at Elk Valley Branch. We'll have more for More Than Books right after this.
You can say with me, imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite, unearth hidden passion. Come on, we'll have a good time. One book can be the first thing that helps to change a life. Book people unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
The Elk Valley Branch has certainly had its ups and downs over the years, but there was no bigger down than the 2016 flood that devastated the area. That flood washed away the bridge across the Elk River, which allowed access to the Crossings Mall and, of course, to the library. With the library cut off from its patrons, KCPL opened a temporary branch in Elk Valley's old location on Route 119. After a year away from its Crossings Mall home, the washed-out bridge was rebuilt, and the Elk Valley branch reopened to the public in July 2017. Since then, the Elk Valley branch has concentrated on normal library activities, story times, checking out books, and being a center of activity for a growing community. I'd like to thank Branch Manager Ellie Tiefert and Elk Valley staff members Sarah Caswell and Amy Beckner for spending some time with correspondent Jai Ravine, filling us in on KCPL's Elk Valley Branch Library. I'm Stan Howe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on More Than Books, stories from the Kanawha County Public Library.